hey guys, looks like I just jumped into this match. Just trying to get caught up here. I came in here by accident, but since I'm here, I might as well talk. Spencer LADIN and Chris REINHOLD, both of these guys shoot pretty quick, so this shouldn't be a very long match. I'm going to be moving into a match, I think, with Stan Taranjo and Corey Duell, but I'll stick with you guys here until I get told where to go. All right. I mean, I assume they're playing a match here. I haven't. I just kind of came in here. Oh yeah, there it is. So it's 1-0 for Spencer. Spencer to break. Now I don't know. Obviously, I know who Chris Ryan is, but I don't know who Spencer LADIN is. So I'm gonna just do a little Fargo check for him right now and see what kind of level he is. Spencer LADIN, and he's a 720, so 719. So these guys obviously both, superior players. REINHOLD's a 753. He tried to check that. He's fallen a little short. I don't know that he can still get on this 3 ball. It looks like he is the way he's cueing it. Great shot. Like I said, both of these guys are very, very quick players. So it looks like I won't be moving over to go and do the Stan and Corey one, so I'll stick with you guys here. Looks like Chris is making short work of this rack right here. I don't want to jinx him.
Sorry, I'm late there. Didn't realize it was going to be a little early, but can you hear me now, Kenny?
I can hear you now, Colin. Welcome. These guys, just like we talked about earlier, these guys are not wasting any time at all. They both 2-stroke and go. So it's going to be a quick match regardless of what the score is here.
Did they both break and run their racks, holding
pretty much? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, at this level, it's so important with alternating break to hold your serve, right? And at some point, if you're breaking second, you've got to break the other guy's serve.
Mm-hmm. And now because they're using the standard rack, it's not quite a guarantee like it is when you're using a magic rack. So these guys are having to, figure out the breaks on these tables as well, and sometimes it just means hitting them hard and hoping a ball goes in. So that's a
Chris
great
seems
break.
to have
Wow.
figured out the speed. Got the head ball and the corner ball.
He sure did.
He's got a bit of a tough starter on the 2, but he should be able to run that down. And with the pace that he's going to have to shoot that at, he shouldn't have any trouble coming back across the table for the 3 in the same pocket.
No, yeah, and it should lay up perfect. If he, it's all about this 2 ball, isn't it?
This 6 to the 8 might be depending on how you land on the 6. Might be a little bit tricky.
So I think I don't know if he's wondering if he's gonna go for this or if he's
he's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it. Yeah, that's a great shot, and it's as long as he gets a little bounce here, he's gonna be just perfect.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
So yeah, this is gonna lay up pretty nice. He just wants to come out a little bit, I think, for when he plays the 5, so that he can come up table and take the 8 in the side pocket. So I think he's gonna draw back to this one. He may just go right to the rail, but I don't think so. I think he'll draw out of this a little bit.
And see, I was thinking that your second option was the best option, because if he goes for that angle on the 6 to draw across for the 8, then he's got to be, well, it's kind of six of one, half a dozen of another, right? If he goes for the 6 ball to play the 8 in the side, he's got to worry about this side pocket.
Yeah,
if he just stops there and or goes to the rail and draws up, then he has to worry about overcooking it and hooking himself.
Mm-hmm.
But in this shot, he only has to come back halfway.
Right. Yeah, he's just going to draw it back maybe 12, 16 inches. And it looks like he can draw it out from the rail a little bit too with this angle. Yeah, I didn't. It was funny.
He elected to go forward. Completely fooled me.
When I was watching him cue it, I was like, well, he's hitting middle ball, so he's not drawing it. And I was wondering what he was playing there. So it's a great shot. A little bit of bottom left here, just to bring it back out to the middle.
And again, there's that professional experience, right? Drawing back does bring in the possibility of overcooking it and hooking yourself. Playing it the way we had thought he was going to do is leave an angle on the 6 and come out and play the 8 in the top side pocket. That brought this bottom side pocket into play. But playing it the way he did took all of the big problems out of the equation.
Yeah, and even though he was a little bit short on the 8 ball, it was not a situation where he was going to have any difficulty making it and staying in line for the 9. So I didn't actually see Spencer break the first rack, so I don't know that he broke and ran, but I'm going to assume that he did. And if that's the case, that's three break and runs in a row, right off the hop here for these guys.
Yeah, Spencer can play, because he actually came in second here last year, and he's also played on the LA 9-ball series, and he won 3 events last year. Came in 5th at the Brendan Crockett Memorial, 14th at the Chuck Markulis Memorial.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't be 3 break and runs in a row, because Chris broke and ran that rack and he won the rack before. So he obviously Spencer would have broken that other rack. So it wasn't 3 runouts, but I mean, they've essentially been running. I haven't seen him miss a ball yet.
Right.
So I don't think the 1 goes past the 2 down far. So it's just a question of how he wants to play this. So he's probably going to play this kind of off the 4 and hope the 4 doesn't get in the way. Or make the 4. I don't think he tried for that, but
I think there's enough room past the 9
for the 3 ball
sneaks in.
I think so too. So I think he just tries to lay up. He's gonna have to. I think he's gonna play this with. Oh, he's playing it with top. I was thinking he was gonna draw it to the side rail here. Just makes it through. Don't get funny. I don't know if that 3 ball combo's on. If not,
it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's aimed right about here.
I don't think he goes for the 9 ball here. If it doesn't go, I think he just lays up behind the 5 and the 3 and
push the 2 ball over here and bring the cue ball into that zone.
Just sit a little inside. There you go. And sit right like that. Nice shot.
He's not going to get a ball in hand out of this. That's a pretty easy 1 rail kick for Chris. As a matter of fact, I think Chris is going to try and make it in the side.
Sure, because the cue ball can then come down this way and over here.
Still going to get in there. And if he misses it, he's likely to get a safe behind the 3-5. If he makes it, he'll have a shot at the 3 to the bottom left corner or the same side.
Let's see how we do here.
If he hits it thin,
That's
Cue ball's
perfect.
going to be heading
Yeah,
into that 9 either as well. So
he hit that dead perfect half ball hit.
the only problem with this is Spencer's getting that jump cue out and being close to the rail like that with a decent distance to his first ball. I'm pretty sure Spencer will get the hit on this, if not make it. The 8 ball makes it a little challenging with that distance you have to go over.
Yeah, usually when the impeding ball is more than half the distance, it becomes a much more difficult jump because you have to land so much further, and the cue ball's still bouncing when it hits the object ball. So it's a very tricky jump.
The
That's why
difficulty,
he's elected not to go for it, I think.
yeah, the difficulty isn't in getting over that ball; it's getting the cue ball to settle down before it hits the 2, sort of thing.
Absolutely right. So I don't know if he lays up here for like. I mean, the 3 does go by the 9, but it's tight. So I don't know if he just plays it onto this combo.
I don't believe it's that tight. I think there's plenty of room to go through there. You've got over half the pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got ball in hand. And like you see him lining up, he's able to come right down into here.
It looks like the way he's cueing that, he's cueing it onto the 9 ball. So we'll have to wait and see. If he
Could depend just exactly how he lines up or ends up on it.
I think he wants to end up right around here somewhere.
Yeah, it's a bit of a two-way if he does land on that combination, because the 3 ball's going to go off that 9, then up table between the side pocket and the 8.
Yeah, and he can freeze.
That cue ball frozen to the side of the 5, or even roll forward.
Totally.
Tuck it in a little tighter to it.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he's playing the combo here. Mind you, he's looking now. I don't know. I think he's playing the combo.
Hard to tell. He's looking like he's drawing it, or is he just going to hit this soft?
Like a little stop shot. There you go. Oh, and he missed, but he made the stop shot. Got the hook. Going to be tough for Spencer.
I think Spencer's got the 1 up and down. I don't think it's that cue ball's far enough past the 5 that he has to go 2 rails. I think he can still go 1 rail.
He definitely can't go this way because, oops, sorry for my crappy line there.
If you use the right-hand mouse button,
yeah,
click and drag, it'll give you straight lines. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming this way because I don't think he's got, like, he's certainly not going to try to cut that 3 ball onto the 9. So I thought the screen froze for a second. It was just him. He was a statue.
So, I've had that happen so many times when I first started streaming, just due to the cameras I've had, that every once in a while when somebody does stop, it's like, oh no, these are good cameras. They're not going to do that. Okay.
Well, he's just going to hit and hope here, I think, a little bit.
Is he going 2 rails? No, just 1.
No,
he's
what?
That looked like it was so close to a 2 rail kick. I was confused there for a second.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
It didn't look like 1 rail.
That's a couple of kicks he's missed here now. So I think he's having a bit of trouble with the rails on these tables. We had the pleasure of commentating on the Chris REINHOLD, his last game against Barry Brown, and I thought it was a real classy thing he did when he gave Barry a long 9. Didn't really look like Barry was going to win any more than that, and Chris gave him a game to avoid the shutout, I think, and give Barry a little something to hold his head above. His head high above, because he played a pretty good run out to that point, and he left himself a fairly long 9. And anyway, Chris gave him the long 9 and ended up winning the match 6-1.
I just brought up Chris REINHOLD's AZ Billiards profile, and on there it says second place in the Mosconi Cup, which looks great until you realize there are only 2 teams. Still an achievement to get on the team.
I think Chris was actually I think his name was Chris Robinson at some point.
It was, and his stepfather, I think it was his stepfather's name is Jared Reinhold. I think I could have the first
Jeremy,
name wrong.
yeah, Jeremy Reinhold or Jared. Yeah. Anyways, he ended up taking his stepfather's last name, and that's why he's a Reinhold now.
Yep. Out of respect for the man that raised him. So
Yep,
you know.
absolutely. Actually tells you a little bit about his character too, I think.
It does. It does. I met him down in Vegas once or twice. The last time we went down there for the Moscone Cup, and didn't talk with him long, but certainly seemed pleasant.
Polite, yeah. There's sure some really great players that have come out for this tournament here. It's really a thrill. We don't get to see this kind of quality around here that often.
No, I mean just to name a few, it's SVB, Corey Dool, Tony Chohan, John Mora, Rob Sayas, Spencer LADIN, Chris Reinhold, Rich Geiler, and then there's also local great players: Dan Louie, Stephen Weekly, Stan Tarancho, Damian Punk Panic, Daniel Sardansillo, James DeVee, and Jeff Buckley. Right, like these guys are all fantastic players.
Especially on James DeVee, he's the local. What happened there? I think that was a foul.
Looked like it to me.
I'm pretty sure that was a foul there. But what I was saying a few minutes ago was that James DeVee, I think he's won back-to-back platinum BCA events down in Vegas. I think these guys are talking about this right now. It sure looked like a foul to me.
I'm watching it on YouTube right now. Yeah,
it's a foul, hey?
Well, you know what? I can slow that down. I'm watching it at 7% speed, which might take a while.
Trying to find our match again. I didn't. I just kind of came across this match. I didn't realize we were moved to it.
I'll be honest with you, that was so close. Even at 7% speed, I'm not sure. Like frame by frame.
I wish I could find our match. I'm so bad at this. I'm trying to find our match right now, and I'm not having the best time.
That might have been a good hit.
Really?
I'm looking at it at 7%, and the way the 9-ball moves and the 8-ball moves, it looks like the 9-ball goes up up table, and I can't tell on the 8. And if at that speed you can't tell, the call goes to the shooter, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my first instinct, because I wasn't really paying attention, then I just kind of saw the shot go, and my first instinct on it was that it was a foul.
I think that's because we didn't think he could see it between the 8 and 9, so we thought he was kicking at it. So I thought it was a deliberate foul as well, but then you look at it and it looked good.
I cannot find this match on YouTube. But regardless of whether we thought it was a foul or not, it was called a foul, and Chris Reinhold is still up 3-2 on Spencer. He was given a ball in hand, and he managed to get a quick out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the referee had a different angle with his camera, right? And, that's going to be a lot clearer.
Oh, he used, did he use his camera?
He used his camera, yeah.
I see. having any luck. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's Spencer LADIN versus Chris REINHOLD. Oh yeah, there it is.
The one.
That's the one. Okay, here we go.
So bank the 1 ball, use the 4 ball to stop the cue ball, or do you cut it in and use the 4? You might hit the 4 a
Looks
little
like he's
thin.
cutting it. Yeah, he's cutting it. That's perfect.
And it was a little thin. I was worried about it being able to stop, but he caught it thick enough that it went straight across the table.
Really, when I think about this whole run out here, the only thing he's going to be any worried about at all is that 5 ball. And as long as he's on this side, on this lower side of that line there, then he'll be fine for it to play from the 5 to the 7. So he's probably going to come off the rail a bit here.
It might be a little tricky to stay on that side now.
It is, yeah.
But he can come over here as well.
And play it to the other side, yes.
Because you know how easy it is to get the cue ball in like a 6-inch zone, right?
Yeah, he's taking his time on this one now a little bit because he knows. I think you're right. I think he's going to come and play over here now. He's playing it with top, so he's going top,
around the world.
Top left.
That looks like it's going to be a little slow.
It is. He's in trouble now.
Well,
he's going to draw now. He's going to play it into here, and he's going to draw straight across. Yep. I think he'll have a touch of right hand, but maybe just straight draw here. Yeah, good shot.
Hits it perfect. Ends up, well, hold on a second. That went a little further than I expected it to off that rail.
I think he's good.
Should be. It's just you're hitting the 7 a lot thinner now, right? So anytime you're hitting a ball thin, your cue ball is going to have more speed on it than most of the time you would like.
I don't know if he tries to go around the 9 ball here with this, or if he just plays it with a little inside English, or just maybe straight top gets him there.
I think he's playing it with some left.
There you go, off the 9.
Right into the 9. That's one way to slow up the cue ball.
Just come off the 1 rail now and hurry.
To tie it up.
Great shot.
Pretty solid. Kept his head down fairly well there. Yeah, it's interesting when you watch guys take that all-important shot or they're under some pressure and you watch how much body movement they have. It's, you know, when they're relaxed and they're just draining balls, running out, and, you know, not missing a thing. They hardly ever move at all. And usually the first time they'll miss, you'll see some movement in there where something wasn't right when they set up. I'm reminded of a graphic I saw where it shows the hand position and the foot position of an amateur player after approaching the same shot 100 times.
Yep.
And then a semi-pro, and then Fedor Gorst. and the size of the footprints and the handprint were quite large.
For the amateur.
Pretty good for the semi-pro. And Fedor Gorst, it looked like he set up once.
Wow.
There was one set of footprints, one handprint.
Interestingly, I just watched a video of Fedor Gorst trying to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Joshua Filler trying to pump in a ball cross corner and draw back from half table. And he missed like 5 in a row. So it kind of makes me feel good sometimes when I see these guys miss a little bit.
He just did that so you felt better.
Yeah, well, it worked.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful little shot here.
This is going to be a tough hit.
Yeah, he doesn't have a 1 railer for sure. Gonna have to. I don't know yet. I'm trying to see the line myself. There's not a very big window for doing anything here, and there's no real opportunity here for him to push a ball kind of onto another ball or anything to make things a little tougher.
It's tight, but I think his best option might be to try and squeeze between the 7-9 and go two
do a
rails.
zigzag. Yeah, maybe a zigzag shot.
I mean, anything you try on 3 rails, you've got to come past the 8, past the 5, and you almost want to come 4 rails, right? And can you even get past the 8 from where you have to cue it?
I'm wondering if he's looking at something like this, and then coming down back in through here again. I don't know.
I don't think that's there.
I don't know that it's possible. You'd have to play it with a little bit of inside to straighten it.
Is he playing it off the horn?
Maybe. Yeah, there you go.
They've been doing this more and more recently.
Oh boy, you know what? He would have been close if he hadn't nipped the 4 there. He would have been close to getting the hit. So it was a pretty good idea.
Great safety from Chris gives him an opportunity with ball in hand, 6 balls left, wide open table. Little bit of movement up and down though.
There's no real trouble for him.
The 7, 8, 9 has a lot of distance on it for a 7-foot table. I'll qualify it with that. And the more distance you have, the more opportunity you have for an error.
So just a little bit at one rail, just a little bit of bottom left. Come out. Perfect. You just want to be like as close as you can to this when you take a long shot down. And then
yeah, but he doesn't have much angle. So how is he going to get across for the 5? He's going to have to cut this in the side and float this way.
I think he's got enough to bounce with straight middle ball off the rail.
Yeah, he's definitely going to the corner.
Yep.
Okay, I thought he was straighter than that.
If he's straight enough, he's just gonna.
And when he walked over here to kind of line up to the 5 in the side, I thought that's kind of what sold it on me, that's what he was looking at.
This will be perfect here. He's gonna just want to draw back about the same height to where he is right now, maybe a little further. Yeah, just in there, and then have a natural bounce off the bottom rail.
Oh, that's going to come past.
Yeah, he hit it a little harder than he wanted. I
Still
think he's
has
still
angle.
good. Yeah, I think he's still good here.
It doesn't happen often, but you do have to watch that side pocket. Should be fine with the amount of topspin he has to put on the ball, but
That's a great shot. Good speed.
So smooth, eh? Still gets good weight on the cue ball, but doesn't overspin it.
Great shot.
4-3, Chris REINHOLD takes the lead again. Rob Zayas and Dan Louie just about to start. Rob getting by JD Doherty 77-3. Dan Louie defeating Bruce Willett 7-2. Shane Van Boning's going to take on Jeffrey Jimenez. They won their matches. Shane 7-4 over Stephen Weekly and Jeffrey Jimenez 7-3 over McGuiver Clayton. Corey Deuel and Stan Tarancho in action right now. Damian Pombatic getting past Daniel Sardancillo 7-3. James DeVee and Molina Mike. Mr. Mike Ortiz underway on table 11. I believe that one's being streamed.
That would have been a great match to watch between Damian and Daniel. Damian Pombatic, if people don't know, is the owner of Jam Up Apparel, who plays a pretty sporty game of pool. So
Yeah, he knows which end of the queue to use for sure.
Yep.
Have you ever played, Damien? You've played a lot more down in the States than I have. So
I have never played Damien in a match. No, so I've never experienced the beatdown just yet.
experience the beatdown. I like it. I like it.
I know Damien's a pretty good friend of John Schmidt as well. He used to be out in this area for a little while.
Marvin Holmes is the one waiting the winner of James DeVee and Mike Ortiz. Chris Byers defeated Jason Weir 7-3. He's facing off against Tony Chohan.
Chris Byers is another good player. I think he's from the Portland area, if I remember right.
I think you're correct. And then we still have this match, Spencer LADIN versus Chris Reinhold. Chris with a 1-game lead, although that may evaporate here in the next 32 seconds.
Yep, Spencer sure doesn't take a lot of time either. He just feels his way through the rack, and he does a good job of it.
Jack Kiske and Oliver Acostas underway at the moment. Brent Duncan facing off against Shu Chang Chow. And I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, sir. Steve Lingelbach is playing Dave Schneider.
Another great player. Steve Lingelbach. He's a 700-something player.
695.
Well. There you go.
Aaron Nyes versus Ben. I can't read that. Kleinfelter. And then the last match in the round 2 of the A side is John Mora versus Jeff Beckley. That's going to be a good match. 796 versus 722.
Wow. With these 7-foot tables, I don't see that there's a huge advantage once you're over the 700 range. I think they're all relatively equal playing with this short tables.
I think it depends on the gap still. I mean, 701 versus 796.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see there's a gap between Corey and Shane, and that that was a little bit evident last night when they were playing their match together as well. So I do hear you. I'm just saying, the odds always go to the higher player, but I just think there's a lot of, especially with the hard rack, I think there's a lot of chances where ball rules will come into play, and dictate a little bit about how the matches go.
I'd agree. Chris, looks like that 4 goes. I don't think he has to do anything with it.
I think so. I think he's just going to pull back here a little bit with this 3 ball and leave himself a little bit of angle on the 4 to draw out to the middle of the table for the 7.
If you can get that cue ball halfway between the 7 and the 8, he'll be golden.
This looks perfect here.
I'll not argue that.
Just going to draw out. I think he wants to be, like I said, a little bit towards the center here. He's okay.
He's close enough that if he is a little bit to the left, he can just straighten it out with a little bit of right going off the end rail, right?
Yeah, he's just going off the top rail with the little inside. There you go.
Now, he would have liked to have been a little bit further off the rail, just so that when he shoots the 9, the cue ball is off the rail a bit. So
or closer to it.
A little bit.
Yeah, or closer to it. Either one. But he did have a little more angle, I think, than what we could see here, because he was able to get off the angle, off the rail a little bit there. Great shot. Great out.
Chris.
This is a run-out clinic. Sorry, I'm just saying, this is a run-out clinic for these guys. There hasn't been a lot of multi-inning games so far in this match.
Nope, couple of safeties. Couple of missed balls, but...
Kicks, I think, is what's been missed here mostly. Is some of the hooks.
Yeah, what's up with that? Missing kicks. Good grief.
Levi Lynn, didn't Spencer get to the final last year? I believe you're right.
He did. Came in second. Lost to SVB.
And James and Marvin will be a good match. Yes. I think we have a lot of good matches to come now at this point. We're starting to weed out the field a little bit, and some of the cream of the crop are rising to the top.
Do you have Marvin's Fargo? They haven't listed it here, although he got by John Kim, who's a 646.
So no, I don't.
He's no slouch. Spencer's not gonna like his shot at the 1.
This is one of those.
It's not
rare.
the nicest table though. That 4 ball doesn't look like it goes by the 8. Not to the left corner anyway, maybe to the right corner.
Yeah. The good thing is that it would be the 2 ball that would get you to it. So you'd be able to go back and forth probably if you're making the 2 ball to get on the 4 to that pocket. Not anymore. So this is gonna be a multi-inning game for sure.
I'm not sure he even called push. He must have. Because otherwise you're giving him ball in hand, and what's the point of doing that? Because he's just going to break it out.
He pushed.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's looking to cut the 1, because I don't see him drifting over to where his cue just was with his cue ball, because that would mean that the 1 would hit the 5 and kind of stick there for a shot on the side. So I don't think he's doing that. I'm always curious to see what guys come up with. I'm at a bit of a loss at the moment myself. Like, I'm thinking 1 ball off the 5 in this direction and cue ball running down here.
Yeah, he's giving it back to him though.
Yep, that's what he was trying. He hit it.
Oh no!
Oh, look at that! Oh, he's left the 1-9 free 1-9 combo
with this cluster right here. How do you not?
Yeah,
take this opportunity for a clear.
Now, one thing you don't do is you don't hit this too soft, because you definitely don't want to hang the 9 there. If you miss, there you go. He's not going to miss that.
That'll get him on the hill. So now Spencer, who was hoping to tie it up, now needs to take the next 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Spencer was kind of trying the idea that I had thought of there, or if he was trying something else. He didn't seem to hit it the right weight to do what I was thinking, but I'm not really sure what his thoughts were in the end. That's frustrating though, when you have some kind of a safety in your mind and things go wrong and you just end up leaving a duck combo like that. It's pretty frustrating as a pool player.
Yes, you can start to wonder, right? Like, I mean, it's not so bad if it happens once, but if it happens with a couple of other items and you don't seem to be getting the rolls, it's really tough to keep your mind positive and fight through it and just weather the storm. Especially when it's only a race to 7. I mean, there's not a lot of time.
No, I mean, Spencer's got to win 3 in a row now. Chris is on the hill, breaking for the win. He's had a pretty good break so far. And he's got another one.
The 4, the 5. He's playing 6 ball with shape on the 2.
Yep.
Little tricky here.
Yeah, right. Does he come here for this now?
I think you might as well.
I think that's what he's digging in for.
It's the way the cue ball wants to go.
Yep, that's the shot. He doesn't have to do much here. Just come out to here. Somewhere in here.
You can just roll this in and let the cue ball go to the left naturally and he'll be fine.
He's actually looks like he's going off the bottom rail. Yeah,
He is. He wants a little bit of angle here.
he does.
He doesn't have a lot, but he should have enough. I think he'll do the same thing and go forward, but that increases the risk of getting on the 7. You might wreck on the 9. You might come up short underneath the 7. And it looks like he's drawing right off it, so maybe he's straighter than I
probably
think.
straight. Yeah, he's probably dead straight. He is. Yeah.
That's so funny how it doesn't look that way.
Mm-hmm. So I I don't know these tables. I mean, I'm thinking that he's going to try to get into this position here, but it looks like he's going forward. So I'm a little curious now how he's. Oh, and come
That's
off
going to end up
the
perfect.
last rail. Yep. Little short, but good enough. And I like
Needs
how he
that to
plays it.
bounce. That's going to be short.
Hmm.
And he's trying to cut it in.
Yep. I
Watch
don't think
the cue ball.
there's no scratches here. There you go. Good shot. Well, I think that's going to be it. I don't think we have anything now set up
After
the dinner break.
Yep, there's a dinner break at the venue from 5:30 to 7. All the matches will be suspended. They'll sit down and have an event dinner.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool. I don't recall hearing about something like that at other events. I do like the scheduled matches. I think that EvoStream is doing great in that regard, scheduling those matches.
Well, they're going quickly too, so I think that if anything, they're on or ahead of schedule. So I think it's if you can fit something like that into your time, it's great, and it gives all the players a lot of a chance too to kind of all get together. I bet you're going to see a lot of guys going out for dinner together or something and doing a little bit of that while this breaks on. So
yep. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you after dinner. And I'm going to go over there and watch Corey Duel and Stan Tarantula. Corey is leading 5-4 right now.
Great. I'm going to probably do the same thing. Excellent. Thanks very much, Colin. Thanks, guys.
You too, sir. Take care.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end.